Welcome to this Minc It Monday technique and process video. As you may or may not know, the Heidi Swapp Media Team meets every Monday on her HeidiSwapp.com blog, and we present you with a technique or idea using the Minc Machine and a scrapbook technique or a planner or home decor or party DIY. There's tons of information on there. Today I'm going to bring another technique your way. Last year I created a fall leaf wreath, and I have the link below. Taking die cut leaves, I used some of the reactive paint and spray from the Minc collection and created a really pretty fall wreath. And again, you can link up to that. What I'm doing today is I took that idea and I kind of altered it a little bit, and I'm going to use some die cut leaves on a scrapbook page. What I have here is plain die cut leaf from watercolor paper, and just on the other side you can see the texture that I created. I created the texture by using this reactive screen ink and treating it like a texture paste, basically. So taking a leaf, I laid a stencil over the top of it. I added the screen ink to my scraper and just smoothed it out on top. It left this great dot texture that I let dry very well. And now I'm going to run it through the Minc Machine. So I'm going to use my favorite foil. It is the champagne reactive foil. And using this carrier folder, I'm going to place the Minc inside and then the leaves on top. Now, basically, the shiny part of the foil needs to be up. So I'm placing, and ignore those little mistakes there on the other side. I was playing around, but I've recycled them to use them here. So I'm putting the textured reactive screen ink on the dull side of the foil, and this is the shiny side up. I'm going to set my Minc Machine to 3, and then when it warms up, we will run this through. Okay, this is what we call the moment of truth, and revealing these leaves with the dot texture on them. And they're sticking a little bit to the carrier folder a little bit, but that's okay. I am super happy with how beautiful those turned out. They're not perfect, and a couple of these even smudged. Let me pull that one up and show you. This is what happens when it's not completely dry as good as it could be. You see some of that overspill there, and it's kind of smashed. It's kind of pretty in its own right, but it's not quite what I want, which is why I made some extras. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to put them to work on my scrapbook page. Okay, for this layout, I'm going to start with this hawthorn piece of 12 by 12 paper and a beautiful wood pattern. What I'm making is what I call a cover page for my Project Life album. I like to, very often, I don't always get to it, but I like to start the month off with kind of a header page. And that's what I decided to do here. And then I'm going to mat that with this double-sided colored cardstock by DCWV. It's from their Christmas Flippables paperback, and it has this nice texture to it. I just liked the color that it was here for this page. And I chose this photo of all our fallen leaves in our yard. And I'm going to go ahead and place these down where they're going to live. So this is where now the leaves come in handy. I am going to kind of play around a little bit here, how I want this to look. I have all my leaves here. I picked out the best ones. Remember how I did a couple more than what I needed? Because sometimes I make mistakes. All the time I make mistakes is actually how we should be putting that. So I am kind of prone to just make some weird foibles here and there. So I just wanted to make sure I had some nice options for this. And so I might end up actually cutting off the stems Okay, I went ahead and cut out the stems, and my glue gun is hot. I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. I like to break the rules here and go with glue gun on these kind of heavier duty embellishments, and I just want to give a lift. So while it's drying, I'm kind of pulling up on those edges. Well, I am pulling up on the edges and making those stick just a little better. I don't want these to appear like they're completely flat, and which is one reason I'll pull up. I'll just put a little bit of glue in the center back of each of these and make sure they're not just completely flat. Okay, I have linked below where you can pick up Heidi Swapp digitals, and this is a PNG month, and so I pulled it into my silhouette and then I traced it before I cut it, and it becomes a pretty super delicate and thin, which I think is beautiful, but I wanted that to go right there. I wanted to layer everything. I'm probably gonna lay that down even with a bit of hot glue just right in this one little middle part. Again, I want it just to be kind of airy and not completely flat to this page, and over the leaves a little bit. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to finish this layout with a couple of embellishments. I don't really want to add too much. I kind of like it just the way it is. But I do also feel sort of prone to add a couple more things. I'm going to use these hawthorn stickers and add that, kind of pop that up a little bit there. And I have this little tag here, and this little tag here, I'm going to just write fall on it. A little bit of hot glue there. I think I'm going to put that here. It's also going to kind of pop up because I just added hot glue just to the one corner. I'm going to add a little bit of detail here with the washi tape. I like how washi tape gives a little bit of subtle effect without overwhelming a page. This tape here has Start Fresh and Darling on it. I'm going to get a good clean Start Fresh here. Yeah. I like how it plays off the champagne there. Then I'm going to take the Hawthorn stamps. This one is Good Vibes Only. I'm going to just add that detail right down here, and then inside of it I'm going to add the date, which is also on the stamp set as well. So I'm just going to do the year 2018. We already know it's October. It's going to go there. Great. Finish everything up. I'm going to just use a straight edge. I'm going to lightly pencil in some lines because I'm going to add some journaling here. And I'm a line girl, so I got no problem just penciling in lines. Sometimes I remember to erase them. Sometimes not so much. So this is how this layout came together with my Minc foiled leaf cluster. And thank you so much for watching.